The auditorium buzzed with excitement, a sea of eager faces reflecting the anticipation of another night in the famed talent show. Cameras flashed, and the hum of chatter filled the room, but in the wings, a young boy named Liam sat silently, his small hands clutching a worn notebook. His clothes were simple, patched in places, and his shoes had seen better days, but there was a quiet strength in his eyes, a calm determination that made him almost glow amidst the chaos. For Liam, this stage was more than a chance at fame. It was a chance to tell a story, his story, through the universal language of music. He had grown up in a neighborhood where the nights were often colder than the winter winds themselves. His mother worked 3 jobs, her hands raw and blistered, her smile rare but radiant when it appeared. Liam had learned early that life was tough, that dreams had to be fought for, and that hope, however fragile, was worth holding onto. Music had been his refuge, a discarded guitar found in a thrift store had become his closest companion, each chord he strummed carrying the weight of his family's struggles and the whispers of his own unspoken fears. Backstage, the other contestants chattered nervously, some with expensive outfits, some with polished routines, but Liam remained quiet, letting the music in his heart speak for him. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and imagined the faces of his mother and little sister in the audience, imagining the warmth of their smiles as he shared his soul with the world. When the announcer called his name, Liam walked onto the stage, his small figure dwarfed by the bright lights. The applause was polite but subdued, the crowd unsure of what to expect from a boy so unassuming. He sat on the stool at center stage, set his guitar on his lap, and glanced at the judges, a panel known for their tough critiques, the kind that could make even seasoned performers tremble. But Liam didn't think about judgment or competition. He thought about truth, about the story that music had begged him to tell since he was old enough to hum a tune. The first chord rang out, soft and tentative, a delicate whisper that immediately caught the audience off guard. Liam's voice, when it followed, was unexpected in its depth, resonant with an emotion that seemed far beyond his years. He sang of love and loss, of nights filled with uncertainty and days spent chasing hope through the narrow alleys of his childhood. Each word was imbued with sincerity, each note a reflection of life's harsh realities and the enduring light that keeps people moving forward. By the second verse, there wasn't a single person in the room who could remain indifferent. The judges, often composed and critical, leaned forward, their brows furrowed, their hands resting tensely on the table before them. Liam's eyes shone, and for a moment, it felt as if the room had fallen into a hush, suspended in the raw vulnerability he shared. It wasn't just talent on display, it was courage, resilience, and the pure honesty of a young soul reaching out to touch hearts. Midway through the song, Liam's voice trembled, carrying the weight of unspoken pain, memories of nights when the refrigerator was empty, of his mother's tired eyes, of moments when he felt invisible to a world that seemed too busy to notice him. But rather than falter, he allowed the emotion to flow through him, each note rising with a delicate strength that left the audience breathless. The song became a bridge, connecting everyone in the room to a truth that was often hard to confront, that pain and beauty could coexist, and that sometimes the smallest voices carry the loudest messages. One of the judges, a woman known for her stern critiques, felt tears sting her eyes. She tried to compose herself, but when Liam hit the chorus, a note so pure and aching it seemed to vibrate in the chest of every listener, she wiped at her cheeks, unable to hold back the emotion swelling inside her. The man beside her, equally unflinching in the public eye, clutched the edge of the table, his jaw tight, a single tear tracing a line down his cheek. Even the audience, adults and children alike, were visibly moved, some whispering softly, others unable to stop the tears welling up in their own eyes. Liam's song reached its climax not with a flourish of technical mastery, but with a quiet moment of vulnerability. He spoke between verses, his voice breaking slightly, about how music had saved him, how hope had been his only constant companion in the darkest times, and how he wanted to share that gift with the world. "If my song can make even one person feel less alone," he said, "then everything I've gone through will have been worth it." As the final chord resonated and hung in the air, the silence was deafening, a pause of collective awe before the room erupted into applause. It was not just clapping, it was a standing ovation, a release of pent-up emotion, a recognition of the boy who had bared his soul so completely that no heart in the room remained untouched. The judges, still blinking back tears, offered their praise not with critiques, but with heartfelt acknowledgement of the courage it took to perform with such honesty. Behind the scenes, as Liam stepped down from the stage, a stagehand handed him an envelope. Inside was an invitation from a renowned music mentor who had watched the performance live, a chance to record his first album, an opportunity that could change the course of his life. Liam's mother rushed to his side, enveloping him in an embrace that carried years of struggle, pride, and unconditional love. His little sister pressed close, whispering how proud she was of him, and in that moment, Liam realized that the music he had shared had already transformed lives, not just his own, but the lives of everyone who had heard him sing. The story of Liam spread quickly, shared across news outlets and social media platforms. Videos of his performance went viral, inspiring people from all walks of life to find courage in their own vulnerability, to share their gifts, and to embrace the beauty in honesty and resilience. Letters poured in from strangers who had felt touched by his song, sharing their own stories of hardship and hope, creating a ripple of compassion and connection that transcended borders. Months later, as Liam stood in a professional recording studio, he reflected on the journey that had brought him there. He thought about the nights of struggle, the small victories, the moments when it would have been easier to give up, and he realized that the true magic wasn't in the applause or the accolades. It was in the ability to touch hearts, to connect human to human, soul to soul. Every note he sang carried a message, that even in the darkest times, kindness, hope, and courage could shine through, and that one person, no matter how small or overlooked, could inspire a world. In the final moments of his debut album release, Liam included a song that told his story in full, a tribute to his family, his community, and the countless unseen struggles around the world. It became a beacon for those searching for light, a reminder that the human spirit, when nurtured by empathy and courage, has the power to overcome any obstacle. And so, the boy who once sat quietly in the wings, unsure if anyone would notice him, became a symbol of hope, showing that talent is not measured by wealth, fame, or circumstance, but by the depth of truth one carries in their heart. Judges, audiences, and strangers alike were reminded that tears are not signs of weakness. They are signs of connection, of shared humanity, and of the profound impact one brave soul can have when they dare to sing with everything they have. Liam's journey was a testament to the enduring power of compassion and the transformative nature of courage. And as the world watched him grow, one message echoed loud and clear: sometimes, it only takes one voice, one song, to remind us all of the beauty of hope, the strength of kindness, and the unbreakable power of the human spirit.